Life has been kicking our ass.
See, that's how
and we want to talk about it. God, I got questions. Shit.
We're leaving that in because you already
No. What's up, y'all? I'm PC McCray.
Hey, y'all. My name is Shaunda Head, and this is the Everything Has Changed podcast.
From 2 college roommates to 40-something adults, life has been lifing, and we want to talk about it. We're the new adults, y'all. How did that happen?
I don't know, P, but we got to talk about it.
Let's do it. Let's go.
Let's go.
What's up, Shaun? Welcome back.
Hey, P. We in here.
We here. How you doing? Season 2.
Season 2, girl, and we on camera. Let me fix my hair.
We're on camera. That's an update. Season 2. We have some goodies for you. We are on camera now. You can see us. So hello, everybody.
Hello, it's me.
Hi.
We on YouTube.
Yes.
P, how was your summer?
Woo! Summer. Let's see. We left off. We saw B. Yeah, and then the rest of the summer. So I think I left people on a little cliffhanger when I had my checkup for the boobies. And it did come back finding, got a lot of boobs. My doctor did find a little something that we had to do some further investigation on. And I had to have a biopsy, which was very painful. It was done by a robot.
Wait,
she had like a video control. Girl, listen. Same thing. You get in the little machine, you put your boobs down, you're laying down like Superman. But the doctor, I could see her to the side. She has like a remote control. And the machine, the needle and all the stuff is underneath. And it's pushing and it's digging and it's doing all this stuff. It was very painful. Long story short, thank you, God. It was benign. All is good. All is well. This is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So I felt that was appropriate to give an update to make sure that the boobies are good. Continue to go get your screenings. And we just day by day, stay healthy. How are you? How's your summer? How'd it go?
I'm here.
I like that.
I'm here.
Yeah.
If you were to ask me because remember last season I had to tell y'all, okay, I had to stop praying for a second because I had reached a point. I'm happy to report I am back praying. Okay. I think we did talk about this. I started back. Amen. I think I started back with my prayers. It was before the end of the first season, but I don't know if we talked about it or not. So I did start back praying. But if you ask me, P, if some of those prayers are still including me yelling cuss words at the sky, the answer would still be yes. I still pray the same, which is, Lord,
God knows his child.
Help me. And some 4-letter words sprinkled up and through there. Okay? But prayer works. I'm here.
All the time.
All is well. Okay. So, but my summer was good. I tried to, we talk a lot about self-care and loving on ourselves and stuff. And so I really tried to stay in that zone because I didn't want to have to get on here for season 2 and tell y'all that I gave it up. So I am still on that wave, trying to find the things that, light me up, bring me joy. I've still been in my line dancing classes. Okay.
Good.
Yeah, girl, I'm having fun.
Yes.
It's cool. I grew up dancing, so it reminds me, it's like, it really is dance class, but then it's always like at a lounge. So there's also drinks and food involved, So yeah, well, like, so, but I love it. It's like the adult version, of dance class. And then, I'm still in my books. I'm happy to report 'cause I had set a goal for myself at the top of the year based off of absolutely nothing, no data
Mhm.
involved, but I said I wanted to read 50 books this year in 2025. I'm on book number f no, 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 I've read 48. I'm on book number
All
49,
right.
and we're in
Come
October.
on.
So
Yes.
I feel like I'm gonna hit my number, and then
I
I'm
think
gonna go
so.
celebrate probably by buying another book. So I'm happy to
Yes.
report that I did have there was 1 month, P, where I read 13 books. Yeah, it is weird. But I will say this, that's because I read a lot of series. So when I read a book
Mhm.
that's a part of a series that I think is really good, then I have to binge the whole like I can't just stop now and go read something else. No, I need to finish this. And so that month I was reading like 3 series basically. But then I had a month
Okay.
where I only read 1 book and I was like, um, girl, what's up with you? So I'm back though. I'm off that. I think
Balance.
I read think 5 in September. So I feel like that's a nice even keel number. So now I'm just trying to hit my 50. So
I think
I'm
so.
still reading.
Okay.
That's still working. And then also, I don't know if I told you, but I've gone back to coloring just as a means to get out some of
Yeah.
this creativity. And I love it. I be on
Yes.
coloring TikTok. The girls show you how to it ain't your mama's coloring, okay? You gotta get some alcohol markers, okay? There's certain coloring books you
You're
get.
funny.
It's a time, P, and people be really on there making artwork. So I was like, why not?
Mm.
So I've spent my summer reading, line dancing, and coloring,
That's all
and
right. The
I have
inner
to hide the
Shaun.
markers. Yeah, I gotta hide them from my daughter because
Um,
she's gonna think, "Oh, these belong on the wall." It's like, no, these are mommy's
oh,
like
no.
actually expensive markers. Don't touch. Sorry, these markers that
Yeah.
kids normally use are not for you, ma'am. But that's
She's
my
like, "Wait,
summer,
that's not
P.
for me?"
No, ma'am,
That's a good
absolutely not.
summer.
Mommy has to have something. Let mommy have the
Little
markers.
Shaun. You
Listen,
fed
little
you're feeding
Sean,
little Shaun very well.
I'm really trying, P. And I also,
Yeah.
in that vein, I've been putting up these little videos. I need to be more consistent and do
Mhm.
more, but just bringing people in on the things that I am doing, like I just mentioned, for my inner child healing. And just to bring people in on the conversation as far as because maybe they're doing some inner child healing, or maybe we all commiserate together. So I've been doing some
Mhm. Mhm.
videos. One of my latest ones was actually asking people about horseback riding lessons in Atlanta, and I got a lot of responses on
Mhm.
that. On the one I put on TikTok, oh,
Yeah.
they came out the woodworks. Now
That
I
was a
have
good
like
one.
50 options, and now it's overwhelming, and now I need a moment. So maybe I went too hard already.
You're like, "Y'all doing too much. Too much. Too
Hold up.
much.
Hold up, guys. Hold up.
Pull back."
But now that it's officially fall, I do feel like, it's probably a great time to start some horseback riding lessons. So I'm about to go through the list pretty soon
Mm.
and see where I wanna start at. And I got a couple friends that said they wanna do it with me too. So I think we're just gonna have like a
Can't wait.
girls trip to ride some
That's
horses and
dope.
see what all that's about. I've no idea what I'm gonna have to get on here and tell y'all all about it. And so I promise you, if I fall
Yes.
flat on my ass, I will let you know.
Nope.
I may not show you the
Nope.
video,
We're not claiming that.
but I will tell you that it happened for sure.
Okay.
For sure.
I
Like
don't
you
want
don't
that to
really need to see
happen.
it, but I'll
I
tell
don't
you.
no, I don't want you to fall.
Yeah,
Um,
it might
I
happen.
wish I
Who
was in
knows?
Atlanta to go with you though. That'd be dope,
Would you
riding
go,
some
P?
horses.
Have you
I
taken
would.
have
It's
you
been
gotten
a
on a horse before?
very, very long time. Like I was a child the last time I got on a horse. So it would be
Mm-hmm.
I'd have to warm up to it. But I want to talk to my horse. I mean like I want to look at him,
Exactly.
her, him, and say, "Hey,
Somebody.
can I ride you? Is it okay? Are you all right?"
How will you know
We got
if
to
the
get to
answer
know
is
each other
yes?
first. I feel like we can see it. I'd be able to see it in its eyes. They might do like a little bow, like, "All right, come on.
Is
I
that what
like
they
you."
do?
They can tell. They are sensitive animals and they can tell who they like and who they don't like. And so I would give them a
Mm.
moment to be like, we all right?
Are we good?
Okay. Are we good? Before I get up there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man.
That's dope. Yeah. I do want to say also, you said you were praying, and I am
Yep.
grateful for that. I added some curse words to my prayers
Look
in my
at
head.
you.
I still
I
can't.
have rubbed
I
off
can't
on
say
you.
it out loud. You have, but it's
I'm sorry, Lord.
you know, I prayed a certain prayer,
Uh-huh.
and I mean, we know what's going on in the country. People getting laid off left and right. I prayed on a Monday, Lord, please let me just hold on to this job. Let me get through the fall, the holiday season. God, please let me just keep my job. Let me just lay low. We'll be all right. I got an
What
email.
day was it? What day of the week was that?
That was a Monday. That was a Monday.
Okay. Okay.
I
Okay.
said, Lord, please let me keep my job through the fall. That was a Monday in August. Hmm. By that Thursday, I got an email that special email. It's called a talent email. You know, it's a bad email. You have a
Mm-hmm.
meeting at 11 o'clock. I was like, oh, okay. Got laid off 3 days later after that prayer. And I said, now, God, we just talked about this.
We just talked about it.
I, we lit. We talked about this because it was a prayer, but it was a conversation. I was like justifying this is what I think should happen, what I would need
Uh,
from you. Please just allow it. And he was like, no.
He said,
That was the
since you
answer.
asked.
He answered the
Mm-hmm.
prayer.
Mm-hmm.
He did answer the
Mm-hmm.
prayer. After my
Mm-hmm.
initial, like, really? Then I said, you know what? You did answer the prayer. It wasn't what I wanted it to be, but you answered it. It was a resounding no.
Do you know what's interesting though? Why do you think if you can I know that was actually like a rough time, even given the timing of that. So if you
Mhm.
don't remember, I would understand. But you ever think about why did you think to pray that? Like, please let
Mhm.
me keep this job. Was it because you had already heard there were layoffs going on? Or did you?
Mhm.
Because I'm inclined to say, because I done already told you, we already, I don't think we get too much into our quote unquote gifts on the show, or we
Yeah.
haven't yet. But I'm inclined to think you might have already had got a little sprinkling of what was coming down the pipeline beforehand. And so maybe you were reaching out to God on that good Monday to say, a little birdie told me
Mhm.
this. Let that not be the case. You know what I'm saying? Do you feel like you maybe felt that coming? Or do you think, hey, it
Mm.
was just because I know like layoffs are going around?
I knew layoffs had been going around all year. I mean, at this point, this was like the fifth round. And we had a meeting, like as a company, the week before, maybe. And I just was like, God, please. Like it's the
Mm,
end of the year, fourth quarter. People don't usually hire all the things. I was like, please, please, please. But like you said, once I sat back with it, I really was like, okay, what's the lesson here? Because I was going to be comfortable. I was going to cruise and be comfortable. And it made me, he put a fire up under me to
uh-huh.
one, do the business that you and I have talked about
Mm-hmm.
and pivot me out of something that I truly wasn't happy in. I got
Right.
comfortable because the money was great, but money will come. My passion and my purpose, I just wasn't fulfilled. And so when I
Yep.
sat back, I said, okay, you want me to trust you, God. It's above me now because
Uh-huh.
I asked for something and you said no. So that means you got a plan.
He said, nah, sister. You look good about it though. Like it's been over a month now. How are we feeling
Uh huh.
about the whole
Uh huh.
situation?
I had a really good interview. Hopefully, I'm waiting. We'll see. again,
Mhm.
God, it's up to God now. I
Yep.
I prepare and pray, and then he does the rest. I have a certain peace about it because again, it's above me. He has to have a plan because this wasn't my plan. My plan
Mm.
was to continue on and have a consistent check coming in, really nice, healthy check. But he was like, oh,
Yep.
and yes, I have a severance, but after a while,
Thank you, Lord.
and it's like, oh, okay. hmm
Mhm.
Now this is a government shutdown. So all of those type of contracts and opportunities and options are gone. And so I said, okay,
Yeah.
you, things keep getting crazier. I just be
God
like, oh, well, what you gonna do, God?
God knew that was
What you gonna
coming.
do?
Yeah.
What you
He
gonna
knew
do?
that was coming and you didn't know.
Didn't
What
know.
day are we on of the shutdown? Oh, this is second day.
It started
Okay.
yeah, officially October 1st, but yeah.
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 Oh,
Yep.
look,
Yeah.
let's
So
let's not let the first episode back turn into a politics episode because you know I'll go there.
it's not. No, we're not doing that.
Nope.
We're just gonna
Nope. Nope.
say we both are praying again,
Yeah.
and we're just letting God lead his purpose for both of us. And even with this elevation of season 2, here we are on camera. Hello, everybody.
Do you want to tell us your four the words that you've added to your the four-letter words that you've added to your to your prayers? Or you gonna hold that to yourself?
I'm gonna hold that to myself.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah. I was like,
That's between
I
you
didn't
and
mean
God.
those words like that, God. Yeah. I was like,
I was just trying them out.
are you fucking kidding me? I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it that way. What I meant to say was, help me understand what just happened because
Help
I came to you.
me. Mhm.
Help me. I came to you and I asked you. And 3 days later, you answered,
That was
but that
quick
wasn't
though,
it.
P.
Woo!
That was quick,
I was
P.
like,
I
boy,
gotta say.
trust me. I said, all right, I'm
Uh,
trusting you. I'm sitting back. So I'm drinking my water, minding my business,
mhm,
praying, prepared,
mhm.
sending out applications, doing what I can. It's above me now.
Do you know, I was just journaling about this actually because I saw a TikTok where a guy was like, "Everybody asks me, 'How are you so resilient?' or 'How are you so strong?' or 'How did you get through it?'" And
Oof.
I can't even remember what his answer was, but I started journaling and I'm like, uh, people don't be having no answer for that. Or when, because people be like, "Oh, you're so strong." And I don't know, you supposed to say thank
Mhm.
you or what, but it's like, we don't be out here trying to be strong. We literally just like open our eyes and wake up the next day. We don't be like, yeah, let me be strong, let me be courageous. It really
Yeah.
just comes down to facing whatever's in front of you. But what I think a lot of people do, all of us do
Yeah.
actually at different times in our lives, but we just kind of, when you're faced with something, we want to run away from it. Or we want to, you know what I'm saying? We don't want to run into the storm head on, even though that's really the only way through. So it's like you're praying, you look, asked and answered. Okay.
Asked and
So then
answered.
if people are like, okay, and so now what are you doing? I'm what you are doing is you're facing it head on. And normally
Mhm.
we try to fight it or push away, but we talk a lot on here, P, about surrender and stuff. But then, and surrendering is always like a hot topic, but nobody actually wants to do it. And so then when it's like, well, how did you do it? How did you get to be so strong? How did you get to be so resilient? Literally, I just let the thing happen. The thing that I was so scared of happening, my deepest, darkest fear or whatever. Meanwhile, most of the time that thing don't even happen. But your mind don't know it may not happen. Your mind be like, oh, that could happen. So now I need to fight
Yeah.
so that, like Doctor Strange and his one, okay, there's one way that this could work, right? Out of all these millions and millions of ways, we be trying to find that one way to not have to go through that instead of just saying, oh, you know what? I'm going to just let the bus hit me and see what happens. And that sounds crazy to say, but that's the only way to get through it. That's it. So when you want to ask somebody how you get to be so strong and how you get to be so resilient and all that stuff that you've had to go through, you literally just hit a point of like, it's happening. I have to accept it. And then I just got to stand there and let it hit me. And most people, all of us actually, again, but at different times in our lives, we don't want to get hit. And so when we don't want to get hit, we start running away and trying to zigzag, so we don't get hit. And that thing just going to sit like a boulder on us for the rest of our life until we actually be like, you know what? I guess I'm going to just let God have it and see. Yep. And that's literally Hands what up. Your life has been, P. Yeah. Hands up, not running away, not backing away, but it's just like, come on, hit me then.
Stand.
And then what you notice is something will happen and you won't get hit while you're standing there. But most of the time we assume we will, and so then we start running.
Yeah. I do have several people have commented like, you seem really calm about this.
Yeah.
I'm sitting back. I'm waiting for him to show himself. Because
you want what God wants for you.
That's really it. That's really it. Because clearly, the things I asked for, he was like, He said no.
You thought you knew what you was doing.
So yeah, we're a month into that, and I've never had consistent income come in since I was a teenager, living with my mom and daddy. So all of these things, there is a part of me in there that the anxiety is trying to creep up, but when it does, I say no. He has a plan. I'm trusting him, and so I'm like, okay.
And the anxiety gonna creep up. That don't mean nothing about nothing. Yeah. Rock star. But it's like, but you're also a human being.
I trust.
And that's the other part. Yeah. Like you can't not get out of the human part of it either. It's fine. I mean, it's not fine. But it's like, you know what I mean? Anxiety gonna come and it's gonna go and it's gonna come and it's gonna go. And it is what it is though, at the end of the day. So
yeah.
You have a really great way of getting through stuff, P.
Thank you, Shaun.
Wait, I didn't mean to put you back in the
Thank you, God.
I didn't mean to put you back in that space, P.
It's fine. It's fine. This is what I do. It's fine. It is well. Okay. So,
but I do want to call back to you're now working on your own business as well.
And
so when you get to the other side of that, you're going to look back on this time like, okay, clearly, hindsight's 2020. Not God, now I see what you were doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I do wonder when you would have started going at that for real. And now
as hard
it's like,
as we've been going.
Yeah.
Yep. You're absolutely correct. You are absolutely. It's almost like he was like, well, girl, you had just been asking me about this business and all the things that I want for you. This ain't it. You just asked a prayer that's opposite of what you and I have discussed previously. So I'm tired of you. No. Go do what you said you wanted to do. I feel that's how he'd be talking to me. I'd be like, okay, all right. And what I do, I say, Shaun, let's get to it.
Yeah, you did. And you got some good stuff cooking up, P. I gotta say.
It's coming.
Because you know how
it's cooking up.
I am. Like I know. I really, really enjoy when people do things that are super different and out of the box. And I think we all have that capacity because it really is about you and your story and your lived experience. So when you hit me, it was like, okay, girl, well, I guess it's time. God said it's time because I got a little smidge of time on my hands while I wait on the next thing. And then you started talking and it's like, oh, P, you got something though. you got something.
Yeah.
I'm so excited
Yeah.
for just it all to come together. I
And it's
am.
coming, which leads us into
Yeah.
some of the special things that are coming with this new season.
Yes.
You wanna tell them
Yeah.
what we're doing?
Ooh, okay. So first we have some segments, right? So like right now we're in our What's Good segment, which we're gonna do at the top of every show. So we're just gonna hop in. We're not changing the show, but I mean, as we ascend on our
I
rise
see.
to world domination,
Yes, God.
we just
Claim
want to kind of,
it.
yes, we want to kind of structure some things differently. So our What's Good segment is just going to be at the top of every episode. We're going to just chime in probably on some hot topics, or you know us, how we just like to tell our business. So we'll talk about whatever we have going on that week or whatever. And
Yeah.
then we'll jump into the like bread and butter segment of the show, which is basically going to be our topic for that episode, which we're just going to say, hey, let's talk about it, because that's just what
Okay.
we do around here. And then we
Mhm.
have a third segment at the end that we're gonna call, how we feeling. And that's where we're just gonna kind of break down, just kind of summarize all the little pieces of the show and send you off on a nice little, cloud of, I don't know, Shaun and P goodness. But also, P, we're gonna have guests. Look at us.
Mhm.
Look at us, P.
Yes.
That's a big deal. Is
Special
that a big deal?
guest.
Who knows?
That's a big
Maybe. We'll
deal.
see.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think
Okay,
so.
cool. So if you think you can add to our conversations that we have on the show about being Black women or just Black people in general in our 40s, and we talk a lot about nostalgia, we talk about adulthood and being the new adults, as it were, and having to care for children and care for your parents, and then all the things that come with, I guess, midlife. Are we in our midlife, Pete? Is 40s midlife or is it 50s? Am I just saying
Imma
it's
say
50s so I
50.
won't feel old?
I'm not ready to say midlife yet, so let's just
Okay.
say 50. Let's
Okay.
agree
Okay.
on
So
50.
so prior,
Mhm.
right, to what we're gonna say is midlife, which is 50, because we make up our own
Woo!
rules around here. If you don't like them, oh well. But no, if you we also talk about music and TV and all the things um that our audience is always kikiing about. We're gonna kiki about it too. And we are full
Mhm.
on advocates of HBCUs. So
Yes.
all that kind of stuff is the kind of stuff that we are looking for guests to speak on. Health, wealth, um, therapy, because we're therapy girls. So all the
Hello.
things our audience is, would you say it's definitely, I would say, 35 to, like, our targeting for stuff is about 35 to 50. I want to say Black women, but we also have some Black men that listen to the show and enjoy the show. But that's our
Yeah.
target audience. So if you listen to the show and you've got opinions and you want to share them, we're going to have a form on the website that you can fill out and just reach out and tell us what you got, and we'll see, where we can fit you in. Did I cover it all, P? Or I missed something?
I think so. Or do you wanna share about the minis? Or
Oh, yes, yes, yes.
surprises? Or just want them to
We're
be
going to have,
surprises?
yes. So we're going to have some bonus episodes also for you guys throughout the season that are just going to be solo episodes with like just me or just P. Um, some of those episodes may also have additional video content. We won't spill any beans, but it's all going to be like bonus mini episodes. So we won't even probably tell you when they're coming, but you'll find them. When we'll let you know
Yep.
when they're out. But throughout the season, we're just gonna sprinkle a little here and there, so that we can each kind of have our little mini sessions. There might be some things that we want to talk about that are very specific to us. And we just thought it would be something cool to just add on some little like bonus mini episodes for you guys throughout the season. So we have some ideas. And so,
Yeah,
look, we
some good
shall
stuff
see.
coming.
Yeah, we got good stuff,
We'll
I
see.
think.
So stick
Yeah,
with us. Yeah.
please, please, and thank you. But what are we talking about
Appreciate
today, P? What do we gotta talk about today that's going on that we want to chime in on or just kiki about for a second?
Wow. Kiki and chime in. So the most chaotic thing of amongst all the things that are happening,
Mm.
Nicki and Cardi B. Mm,
Oh,
mm.
it's still and it's actively happening.
It's actively, let me check Twitter. It's actively still continuing. So to start it off, one of my favorite podcasts that got me into podcasts, just I didn't know
Mm,
what a podcast was. The Read. The Read with Kid Fury and Crystal.
okay.
And what happened was prior to her album coming out, and we knew the rollout was coming, people assumed that Cardi was pregnant, right? There was speculation that she was pregnant.
Yeah.
In an episode prior to the controversial episode, Crystal said, she was like, I pray to God this girl is not pregnant. That's not good management of your goodies. We've been
Of
waiting
your
7
vajayjay.
years, like just on an, I'm of your vajayjay. It's like, girl.
Okay.
And I'm thinking she's like from an executive level. We're waiting for 7 years for this project. Here you have this opportunity to like shoot off. And then she announces she's preggers again
Mhm.
with baby number 4. Your body, your choice.
Mhm.
Amazing. Crystal then went on a rant, a
Mhm. And
bit
how long was
tirade.
the rant? Because I didn't a tirade.
It wasn't
I
that
didn't
long.
I to be I just for full transparency, I don't listen to the read. So I have
Yeah.
to ask P for her input on the read portion of the conversation. Because I I don't listen to it. I heard clips of what she said, but I didn't hear the whole
Mm.
thing because I don't actually listen to the podcast. So you said it wasn't a long rant, P?
No, it wasn't even the read itself. So they have
It
segments
wasn't.
in their podcast where they do hot topics first, and then they do
Okay.
reader letters, and then the read where they really pop off on a subject. And the read
Okay.
has been around since 2013. So
Okay.
they are good and into their podcast journey. And back in the day, the they the way they would slice and dice people.
Yeah,
So
I
for
heard.
people who listen to the read, when I listened to her going off on Cardi about this, I was like, oh, okay. That was tame, Crystal, to me.
Mhm.
And people who,
Mhm.
because she's, yeah, they have grown. They have grown. Was it a little harsh? Yes. But what did you think? As a person who doesn't listen to the read, but heard clips about what she said, what did you think?
I'm trying to think of the clip because okay, let me say this. I knew about the read for a long time. That was actually one of the first podcasts that I heard about too. But I only listened to when I did really start listening to podcasts heavy, it was in my screenwriting days. And so I was listening to like movie and television production podcasts, and then I was listening only to like business podcasts. Nowadays, I will listen to I'm subscribed to some podcasts. I don't know what type wish I should actually probably know this, but what type of podcast is that even considered? Because I was about to say opinion, but I listen to like Kev on Stage and Angel's podcasts with Joshi. Like, I'm a part of the stage crew. Here's the thing. I listen and watch to that podcast. I actually watch, I don't like to listen to it because it's way too long for me, but I watch Joe Budden's podcast. Hey, I know he can be problematic, you guys. I do understand. I'm just like a music head and a hip hop head. And I do like to hear people who are from my era of music talk about music versus like younger kids and stuff. But I never listened to the read because whenever I would hear about it, I would only hear people talk about it's called the read because they be going off on people. And I was always like, I don't care to hear that. I went and downloaded it on my app, like, hey, I'm going to listen to it because all my friends say you got to listen to it. But because I do deal with anxiety and depression, I go way out of my way to not ingest certain things. Like, I don't even watch reality shows anymore. And I used to be heavy on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, Love and Hip Hop New York, Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. Those were my go-tos. I don't even watch them no more, even though it's actually really good entertainment. But it's because of me and what I can ingest. And I reached a point when I was really going to try to listen to the show. I was like, I just don't want to ingest that. I don't care to ingest that. So it's interesting when I saw these clips start to roll around and I was like, this is exactly why I never listened to that show. And I'm not saying it's a bad show to listen to because I can't really give no honest opinion on it because I've never listened to it. So I'm not saying that at all. But when I would hear the clips and the way, first of all, we all know how we do clips. You give like the most dramatic thing that you can so that people will go on and listen. It just sounded like she was so angry she was spitting. And then people in the comments were like, this is tame. And it's like, if this is tame, I'm concerned for her. like, how do you get that upset over someone else's being pregnant and they're not like someone that you know or whatever. And then I was like, wait, why is she so angry? But then everybody's like, this is tame, this is tame. But along with the this is tame comments, I saw people saying, this is why I had to stop listening to them. This is why I had to, and they were like, I'm an OG. I've been with them for 10 years or whatever. But it was like, people were like, we have grown and evolved, and it seems like she hasn't. Everything that I saw, and again, it probably was because of my algorithm and the people that I follow, like Mecca or like Dominique Morgan, and people that are in the space of giving opinions and have their own podcasts and stuff. Everybody was like, yeah, we know this is what the read does. We know, like, and this is why we loved her back then. And they're all like, we're growing, we're evolving. And it just seems like they weren't combating the opinion that this is what the read does. They were started to, it's like, that's the thing that made people be like, hey, and again, this is just from the comments that I saw off my algorithm. And you all know the algorithm, they cater to us and who we are. So I could be getting it completely wrong again, because I didn't listen to the whole thing. But I saw a lot of people say this is either why they had stopped listening or they turned it off on that point because they were like, we know this is what she does, but now it's like, oh, the veil's kind of lifting. Like this is still what she does. And it lends itself because, correct me if I'm wrong, because again, I done said that about 5 times. I ain't listened to the whole thing. But was her argument why do you want to be pregnant while you're on your comeback? And how are your kids going to feel? You know what? Actually, what the heck? What can you summarize what her point was?
Because she then came back after the big controversy, and Cardi did respond.
Yeah, I saw
she
Cardi
went
respond.
off. She went off on the basis of, okay, you've been absent for 7 years. Here you are. Everybody's primed. We're ready to go. And you have this awful divorce coming out of that's not official. You start dating a whore of a man. Stefan Diggs is known to be as they say in the
The
industry, a
outside.
pass around. And if
Mm.
you want to play after you get out of a serious relationship, not to get pregnant. That's she's like, girl. It's like if you would tell your friend, now girl, why'd you go get pregnant? You go have fun.
Mhm.
You have fun with the kick it boy, but you don't get pregnant. A
Mhm.
lot harsher than that.
Okay.
And she said, what was the main thing was she said, you're going to pop out this kid and pray to God that when you have your mommy makeover, you don't pass away like people do
Yes.
sometimes do.
I
Yes.
heard that
And
part.
we know that, and she's had surgery before
Yeah.
after a kid. We
Yeah,
know we
she
know
loves
she's had
surgery.
surgery
Yeah,
looking at Cardi.
mhm.
Right. So it wasn't, people were like, oh, she wished death upon her. She did not wish death upon her. She just said, and as you go through this process, just pray that you will be praying that you won't die during this mommy makeover. And that was the thing that took people over the
Mm,
edge. It was like,
I
now,
did hear that
girl,
point. That is kind
girl,
of that see,
that
from my
girl.
point of
But
view, that
she
is kind
said it
of
in her
yeah.
lyrics. But then she also went back and said, Cardi even said this in her lyrics, that she prayed to God that when she's in a mommy makeover, that something doesn't happen to her. Or in one of her surgeries, not a mommy makeover. I have
Okay.
to pull up the actual lyric.
And so, but that's saying that she gonna go have another surgery after the next baby as well. Let me ask
And
you
be
this:
ready to perform. Mhm.
Which this just really reeks to me of when people put their projections on you. Because
Mhm.
I get from what I've heard, I get what she's saying. And it all sounds like though when somebody's like, don't do that because this what's gonna happen. Because that's what happened to me or my mama or my best friend or whatever. Like it's all projection. And correct me if I'm wrong, but she don't have kids, right? Crystal?
No, she doesn't want kids. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you can tell as well from what she's saying. So it's like when I saw that she didn't have kids, that's what I saw. I didn't know if it was true or not, but I was like, let me ask P when we get into this.
Uh-huh.
That to me even more is like, okay, projection. Because you don't when people who don't have
Uh-huh.
kids, no, that ain't right. People who don't want to have kids have their reasons why they don't want to have kids, and they are justified and legit in that. Um,
Uh-huh.
but also going to another person who is actively, we don't know if Cardi was trying or not, but who's actively now birthing a child and then saying to them why they
Cooking.
shouldn't, yeah, the baby in that cook incubating,
Mhm.
but then saying to them why they shouldn't be wanting to have a child is like the definition of projection. And as my mommy would say, don't put your face on me. So the
Oh,
reasonings why you don't have, or not why don't you don't have, because I keep saying that, and that's
yeah.
totally incorrect. The reasoning why you choose not to have children, or some people don't have children, and it's not that they don't choose to, it's just that they haven't been able to so far, right?
Uh-huh.
It's a whole gamut, it's a whole spectrum of reasons why. But to me,
Yeah.
that's like the definition of projection. And also the thing that I always have an issue with is respectability politics. And that was really
Mm.
what was heavy on me. That's what really I was thinking about when that came down the pipeline, because it's something about black women or women of color, and I'm speaking specifically about women right now, and the respectability politics that we have towards other black women and women of color. And I don't like it. I don't
Mhm.
like it because it really is rooted in white supremacy. And it's something about all of our demographics or whatever that are at the bottom of the barrel, and black women being everybody's bottom of the barrel. So when you're at the bottom, people try to punch up, like crabs in a barrel, right? So
Mhm.
if I have the opportunity to get on top of you, I'm gonna get on top of you, even if it's self hate. I'm gonna get on top of you, and that is what happens all day, every day. And that's what
Mhm.
respectability politics is. And so when the pieces that I heard about it, I was like, everything that I'm hearing is like her saying, hey, like, you are now less than because you made this choice. And I have a problem with that. Because she's not less than because she's choosing not to have a child. So someone who is choosing to have their fourth, while they still, but the reason why they still married is because first Offset wouldn't sign, and then he said, you have to give me these things so that I will sign. And she said, I'm not doing that. Because Offset also a pass around. And that's who I'm mad at. I'm not mad at Stephon Diggs doing whatever he do as a pro athlete or whatever if he's not married. Offset been married the whole time. Allegedly gotten several people pregnant, so he keeps paying for abortions. And now he's speaking out about her being pregnant while she's before divorce. And I don't know, somebody got to check the laws. I don't know if they going off of California laws or New York, but I just heard a lawyer say the other day that, excuse me, sir, while you fighting this divorce and trying to make her pay you all this money because you was outside cheating, you do know that a baby born while you're still married is actually going to be your responsibility and not even Stephon's. Now, again, that depends on the state, but it's like, has anybody checked? Does anybody know that Offset knows this is a possibility? Because the lawyers have been chiming in and saying you may want to reconsider how you want to handle this. But yeah, I have a problem with respectability politics. And I personally when I see people getting so offended over people that they do not know, and sounding as if they spitting on the mic when they talk because they that angry, it just gives me pause.
She was upset.
She was really upset. She sounded like me on the politics episode when I was talking about Trump.
Right. So it's an opinion show
that day.
And you give opinions, but also I think Stephon there are 2 babies that he has to do paternity on, as well as this one that's coming. So that's one thing. But in her follow-up, it was more, she is a Cardi fan. What are they called? I don't even know.
Bardi gang.
Whatever the Cardi fans are. Bardi gang, okay. And when she was doing a tour last time, she had to cancel because she was pregnant and got sick, and so she could not perform. She could not do the job that the fans wanted her to do. So her thing is, this is what's going to happen. You say this baby's supposed to be born prior to her tour, which is supposed to start in March?
February.
So in a few, your February. So she said as soon as she has the baby, she's going to bounce back and be ready to perform a live tour and give it her all and give the money's worth. And so what Crystal was saying, like, how, girl, when before we have the past that this has happened when you have kids, not blaming the kids, but you have not been able to perform at your top level after having a kid. And God forbid if she does have to have a C-section or anything that can throw that timetable off when you might have to cancel the tour again. So I think as a fan, she was coming from that. But also, it's like sometimes from the outside and experience, we can see what's going to happen. And what makes me think of Hallie and oh boy. We saw that coming. Did we not? Did we not see everything that played out? Did we not see that coming? Did you not think that was going to happen?
Do you know what?
As soon as from them dating. No,
I actually didn't. And that's because I wasn't just watching clips. So like when she started dating him, then I started seeing why people was following him. And so I wasn't just watching like the clips. I was watching everything. And I was like, well, who is this young man? You know? And I was like, why does he have so many followers? He's got, he had, or I'm sure it's millions and millions and millions. We ain't know about him because we don't be watching streamers. He got his own fan base. When it started to go down, like when it started coming up, they was breaking up and all that stuff was happening. And I was like, okay, so now he's going to do X, Y, and Z. I just was like, the girl seemed happy. And I think it's really dumb to get out here and tell a 20-something-year-old, don't do this. I think it's dumb, and I think it's a waste of voice, because I think that it's stuff that we all do. And then we get to a certain age and be like, don't do this. I did it, and here's what happened. So we want to take our experiences and tell people this is what's going to happen to you, because it happened to me. But then it's also like, so she's not supposed to have her own experiences, and she's not supposed to learn that lesson herself. She's supposed to listen to the old people telling her not to do it. Nah, she gonna do it just like every other 20-something.
It's an approach. Right.
It never works.
Like, okay, you called her niece, the niece of the internet, the Little Mermaid, and all that. We saw her trajectory. Yeah. And we saw, like, girl, thinking if she was my real life niece, honey bunch, you can have the boyfriend. Please just be careful. Just because, like you say, he has this following. We knew he was going to use all of that for content. Their whole relationship, when it was happy or not.
Yeah.
That's what he was going to do. So it's like, okay, all right. When it goes bad, he going to be talking about it. When he's going to be doing the baby, it was adorable. It was adorable when he had the baby. But then you come out and all these things, abuse. And so for Ahmad, I'm sure she told him, she said, I know I'm not supposed to have him on film. So you could just feel it coming. You felt it coming from
our doesn't matter, though. I don't
lived
like that
perspective.
We turn into it's our lived perspective. It don't have nothing to do with that girl. And it's not fair to tell these younger kids. It's fair to tell them whatever you want to tell them. I don't think it's smart to think that they should listen. Yeah, guidance, but we're not actually giving guidance as no-name people on the internet. This girl don't know us.
No.
She's never going to listen to us. It got to be Chloe or the other sister or the little brother or the godmama or the mama or the daddy. Or Beyonce or Yvette. Outside of that circle,
even then,
she's not listening. So all people are doing on the internet is shouting into like a rabbit hole at each other. She don't care what you think. And all it is, we are now old people. Right. We're now the old people that we rolled our eyes at when we was younger. Because at the end of the day, it's cool to say this is probably what's going to happen. And you probably going to be right. But if you think that stopping someone from having that experience is going to help them, then it's like she's going to get that experience. It's going to happen in her 20s or in her 30s or in her 40s. You can't stop people from that ride that you got to be on in life. It just doesn't work that way. They're not going to listen to you. They don't know you. So It really don't matter what you're saying on this internet. They're talking about, we told her, and she's like, she don't give a damn, Shirley. She don't know you. She ain't gonna read your comment. She doesn't care. And also, when we was in our 20s, what were we doing? But now we want to tell people, don't do what we did. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, so it's like, I got to live and had the experience. Now I know better. But you don't get to live. You need to live, go on this straight and narrow. Don't do what I did. But it's like, if she don't have her own experiences, she's not going to learn nothing. You know how they say people have to go through it for themselves. And I just don't think the vitriol of people not listening is warranted, because these people do not know you, nor do they care what you think. And also, go back to your 20s. But that thing about being careful, people act like you being careful stops babies from happening, and it also doesn't.
No.
People be getting pregnant and they be careful. So at the end of the day, that ain't even a great
on the package. Right there, 99% chance.
What people be getting IUDs and be getting pregnant on IUDs.
Yeah,
like a lot.
It can happen.
Like it's so many different. Like so, it's just like when Chloe was outside with Burna Boy, and people was like, "This ain't gonna go well." And I told my friend, I said, "Hey, between me and you, I'm telling Chloe, have a good time, girl, because I mean, it's going to be a story to tell when you get in your 30s and your 40s. Is she not supposed to date? Like, I don't understand. Like, people want people to not be and do what we had I was about to say opportunity, but that ain't right. But it's like 20 something's gonna be 20 somethings, y'all. And it's just not fair to be like, it's just not fair. And I just think people be really projecting. All this is projection to me.
Yeah. Yes, and because some people did listen, though. Like, not everybody just did what they wanted to do. Some people did have like celebrities, aunties and stuff.
Yeah, people in their life.
Yeah.
People in their life.
Yeah, somebody in their life. We're not talking about the strangers.
Okay.
And just even personal. Like, I always think about it, if it's my niece, if it's my person, I'm going to talk to them and be like, these are the things that are ahead of you. These are the things that could happen. You are going to do what you want to do at the end of the day. However, what do you say? Hov did that, so hopefully you won't have to do that. You won't have to go through that. And that's the goal.
That don't work.
But back to with Cardi. I'm thinking of an executive level. I know her team and the execs were like, oh my God, girl. They're doing an excellent job, by the way. They're doing an excellent job. It's awesome. She's doing it. She's working. She's killing it on her shows. They did a great pivot. But I'm positive.
But see, the evidence points the other way. So that's why I want to know which tour was which baby was she on when she canceled the tour?
Not this last one.
Do we know?
So
the second one?
Who's Blossom?
Blossom is the last one.
I don't know these.
The first one?
Okay, so the middle one?
Okay, so there was Culture was the first one. Culture was the first one.
And
then there was a little boy.
Culture.
There's a little boy. So Culture was the one where she canceled her tour?
What was hot? She was like bumping up again with Meg, and it was another song.
That was the little boy. That was a little boy.
So I think that was the push that was supposed to bring in this album. And whatever concert or shows that she had to do was canceled. And people, got their refunds and stuff. And so, or you're going to do like a real quick boom cat, as they say, a boom cat, 1-2 step, and not give a pull-out performance. So let me speak from the other side.
Let me speak from the other side then. Because if she's a Cardi fan, Cardi sold, the numbers have wildly differed. That first Invasion of Privacy sold. Yeah, the Invasion of Privacy album.
The first one.
Sold.
Yeah.
Anywhere from 6 million to 11 million units. Those are the numbers. Like, every time you look it up, it's a different number. At the very least, 6 million. But then some people are saying it went diamond, which is 10. No, is diamond a million? I don't know. She announced her pregnancy on SNL in the promotion for the first album. And that album went on to sell somewhere from 6 to 11 million. And you telling that lady...
Yeah, not the album. Not the album.
No. I'm talking about the album. I'm talking about the album.
Yeah, but that's not what she's saying, though.
No. I know. You said we determined that it was probably Wave that she was pregnant with when she had to cancel the tour dates. I'm saying that this Cardi waited 7 years between dropping the albums, right? When she was pregnant the first time, the label told her, this is going to mess things up. The label was wrong. They was wrong. She sold more albums. And her and Nicki got this back and forth. I want to know if Nicki got an album that went at least 6 million to 11. But what I'm saying is everything that people told Cardi about what Cardi does while she's pregnant, they've been wrong, actually. And the fans seeing that. Cardi actually, every time she gets pregnant, she goes bonkers. I used to have a business coach that said, actually, pregnant moms are my favorite clients because it's something about when they're pregnant, they are like a tornado. Like, they're like, nothing is going to stop me. She's like, all of my pregnant clients hit that number. And this was a coach at the time who was helping people to make 6 figures and more in their business. And she always said, and then she got pregnant too. She got pregnant too while she was over us. And literally the year she had her baby, she went from probably like 500,000 to over 1 million in that same year. And it was one of her talking points because most of her clients were women. So she was like, when people tell you can't do things because you're pregnant, they're wrong. And it's projection. Maybe you can't, but some people can't. And Cardi clearly uses her having kids as a way to actually hit what she's trying to do. Now, I do recall her saying Wave is the little boy who gave her a lot of trouble and she ended up being bedridden. But then she was like, she was so glad that the last baby, it didn't happen that way. But if you, outside of, so whatever cancellations that she had to do during that child, all the other kids have also come right along with her literally being record breaking. So you're talking to a lady who has done record breaking things throughout all of her pregnancies, and you telling her she finna lose because she's pregnant. That is a projection simply because the evidence for Cardi specifically points the other way. And she is clearly a person who, when she gets pregnant, she's like, okay, I don't know if she like, I got to do this for my kids or what, but she put the jet pack on her back. So last week when she was, I don't know if it was iHeart or one of those big concerts and she did, and people was like, Cardi out there.
Global.
Doing it. Global. It was a global citizen. Mm-hmm. And it's like, every time Cardi hit the stage, if she get to the stage, she's showing out. Like, y'all don't notice that. And that's what I'm saying. True Cardi fans notice that. Like, we paying attention here. That girl show out whether she's pregnant or not. Like she Beyonce, quite honestly. Like, she gonna get out there if she's pregnant and she's still gonna get on her knees. She's still gonna twerk and do all the things because she can. Everybody can't. But you talking to Cardi, and that's what I'm saying. Like, you talking to a lady who's on baby number 4, who has hit all of her records and her goals that she's wanted to in the midst of having 4 kids. Well, 3, 4th one on the way. So that's why I'm like, that don't make no sense. It's giving you look a certain way because you on kid number 4 and you still married and it's with this guy. That's what it's giving. It don't have nothing really to do. And if she had to come back and say, it's interesting that she came back to give that perspective. Most people don't hear the comeback. Most people heard the rant. And you didn't include that in your rant, apparently. So it's like, we going off of what we heard you say. Now you get to come back and you get to back it up. But it's like, that's not really what you have a problem with. You got a problem with how she looks as being on baby number 4. You know what I'm saying? And estranged from your husband. And that's what it is. It ain't she can't do X, Y, and Z, because she literally has done it all except for whatever show she had to cancel with one of her 3 children. You see what I'm saying?
The tour.
Like, it just gives... Tour.
All of this, yes, all of what you said is facts. However, what her point is, after she has this baby in February that you have tickets for, she's just saying that
ours ain't till April. So we are.
Okay.
First of all, the girl ain't even told y'all when the baby is due. She ain't told y'all when the baby's due.
She said before tour.
Before the end of this year, the baby is due. The baby's due before the end of this year.
The tour,
so people have already decided, and the tour is February, and she's already in rehearsals for the tour, which is not normal. That's what I'm saying. People are acting like, again, y'all I'm sorry, not y'all as in P. When I'm saying y'all, it's not you, the universal you.
Y'all.
But people
the y'all and the internet.
The internet is talking about what a normal pregnant woman or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, she had a problem pregnancy with Wave, and she's vocal about that. And the rest of them, not so much. But she hit all her dates and stuff when she was pregnant with the first baby, and she hadn't even been a mom yet. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, it just don't all add up. And she probably very intentionally has not told people her exact due date. Because I guess she gonna keep something to herself. But yeah, she's already in rehearsal. So people's like, yeah, so then you're gonna try to rehearse after you get the baby. She's like, no, I've got rehearsal next week. And she said that last month. It's like, no. Again, y'all are saying what you think it is, and you basing it off of your cousin or whoever. This is a lady who eats off of this. She apparently
you wrong.
I'm gonna prove you wrong, but she's already proved people wrong. That's the thing. So people are just like, no, this is what I believe, so this is what it is. Cardi has actually done the opposite of all of that. And she has already known. That's why she was like, I'm already in rehearsal. And they were like, wait, you're in the gym, bitch, you're pregnant. And she's like, that's what people do who have to do this while they're pregnant. You know what I mean? Like when we was in college, one of my friends was pregnant, and she was our rehearsal director, and she led us through the whole thing. She did the whole thing full out, and then she left rehearsal and gave birth. And they was like, excuse me? But then the doctor was like,
sliding on down.
And a healthy baby too, but the doctor was like, because you're a dancer and you continue to be athletic and do all the things in your pregnancy, you've had a smoother pregnancy because of that, and your labor was a lot smoother because of that. So she's like, no, I have to. So back to Cardi, she's like, no, I have to exercise and go to the gym and rehearse now as a pregnant woman. And that is actually going to help me in the birth and then to help me to snap back. But people assume like all this stuff wouldn't happen till after. And she's like, no, I'm not doing it that way. That's why I'm like, it don't add up. It don't add up.
From a business aspect, and she even admitted that she could not announce it because she had to make sure some contracts were secured. Period. Mm-hmm. The way it looks, the way it is, women unfortunately have to deal with that. So that part sucks. So she herself said, I had to keep some stuff under wraps. I had to make sure I got that bag.
Yeah.
So it was a problem
for the concert. So
yeah, it's done. But it was a problem I could see it being a challenge.
It was a problem to other people, but it wasn't a problem to Cardi. And again, this happened the very first, her very first album. This happened, and the label told her, "You ain't gonna be able to do none of this because you're pregnant." And she hadn't even been a mom yet, so she didn't even have the experience to know how to handle things. Yeah, and it wasn't an issue. In fact,
but they're like, "Girl."
People don't even sell like the way she sold no more.
Big time launch. It's messy.
It's messy.
She came from Love and Hip Hop, guys.
No.
Did she come from Love and Hip Hop?
She came through Love and Hip Hop.
Is that where she got her?
Cardi had over a million followers. That's how we got to know her. Cardi had millions of followers before she was on Love and Hip Hop, and that's why they chose her. That's another thing.
Mm-hmm. So people, she was a good character.
She was doing skits and stuff. Yeah, she was stripping, but she wasn't getting the notoriety because she was a stripper. Yeah. She was getting notoriety because she was on the internet acting the fool like Drewski, doing skits and all that stuff.
Yeah, funny.
And she had millions of followers before she was on Love and Hip Hop. And she's pretty much, I can't say she's the only one because K. Michelle did as well. But a lot of these people who get on Love and Hip Hop talking about they gonna do this and do that don't. Cardi was the first and the biggest one to actually use that as a springboard because she's smart, and people don't want to think that she's smart because she was a stripper and because she from the Bronx and because she talked the way she do. Cardi is smarter than most people.
She is
of
hilarious.
Us regular people out here. She was already known, and that's why they put her on Love and Hip Hop. And that's when folks like me who don't be knowing the strippers and stuff learned her. You know what I'm saying?
Mona.
So yeah, Cardi is a different beast, and she's shown us that. So at this point, people are just like, I don't like the way it looks, so this is who you are. And that's actually just not true. It's not true. And so let me just say, I don't know if we want to get into the Cardi and Nicki back and forth.
That's what I was about to say. It's gone beyond Crystal now. It has awoken the Nicki craziness.
And I was waiting on it.
I've been through with her. Since she allowed her fans to go to Meg's mama's grave. It was a
Let me
wrap.
tell you something.
It's been a wrap, but she's really showing herself.
I was through with her before that.
That lady needs help.
When she said, when she said what she said about Meg's mom, I was like, these celebrities have to, they gotta keep it together. Because normal people, if a normal person said anything about my dead mama, we just gonna have to fight. I don't care if I can fight or not. I don't care. I ain't been in a fight since college, but we're just gonna have to fight, and you're just gonna have to drag me if that's what ends up happening, because you can't talk about that. No. So Nicki's problem is literally just that Cardi came in and ended her run. I'm not saying ended her as an artist. I'm just saying Nicki went on an unprecedented run because she was the only female rapper doing stuff. And then Cardi came.
For a long time. Yeah.
And Nicki was the only rapper that Beyonce, the only female rapper that Beyonce was having on her songs. And then she turned around and Beyonce was bigging up Meg because she from Houston. And Cardi was meeting with Rock Nation. And so now Nicki is against Rock Nation. She's a Rock Nation hater. And she's throwing all this stuff out about Tidal and stuff. When it really is just because you didn't want to share the spotlight from the beginning with anybody. And you strong-arm these younger artists like Ice Spice into locking in with you and Sexy Red. And then you want them to sign with you so that they can't continue going up. And then when they don't sign with you, now you mad at them. I do have to say, I had to exit out of the back and forth when they started, when honestly it was
talking about kids.
Well, Nicki started it with the kids first, but when Cardi, I didn't have any idea that Nicki's child had special needs. We don't even know if that's the case.
Me either.
But Cardi started talking about the fact that Nicki's it's not even a fact. We don't know. So Cardi started talking about how Nicki's child apparently has special needs, and I was like, oh, I'm out. Because I don't want to have to. Yeah, I was like, I don't want to have to not like you anymore. So, and she kept bringing it back to Nicki's alleged drug use, and that being when we know that there's a whole spectrum of reasons, and most of them we actually don't know as to why our kid. For those that don't know, my daughter has special needs, so that's why I was like, I'm going to now back out of following this. But Nicki started tweeting like Kanye. P. As of yesterday, as of last night, she was tweeting at Donald Trump. She was tweeting at Aaliyah, who is gone. She was tweeting at R. Kelly. Every now and then she would tweet at Jay-Z and Rock Nation just to let them know she ain't forgot about them. And then she started tweeting out pictures or retweeting pictures of Beyonce and Jay-Z and said that they were copying her and her husband, who just so happens to be a convicted offender.
Yeah.
So
she's lost.
It's giving Kanye. But the last thing that Cardi said, I gotta find it.
I'm trying to pull it up, see if they're still going. That's me. I'm like, are they still going? This has been how many days now? The album dropped what, Friday? And now
the album's been out for I think 2 weeks now. 2 weeks tomorrow.
Okay.
Nicki started after Cardi dropped. Then Nicki put up a tweet that said the date of her album, and it's like, you could have played that off a little better, ma'am. So I don't know if I can find it without it playing, but we'll put it in the show notes.
Right.
But Cardi's last one said, "Dear Onika," she called her by her government name. "Dear Onika, whatever, Mirage." She's like, "I'm not going back and forth with you no more. No more responses from me." She talked about some alleged childhood trauma that Nicki had, and that being the reason why she was so mad. She talks about, of course, her husband being a offender, as well as her brother being a offender who was, I think, currently in jail.
Wow.
And she said that those were the reasons why the trauma that she alluded to had to do with her father and assault that involved Nicki and her mom knowing about it. And so apparently Nicki had talked about this before. I don't know if it was in a song or what, but talked about how that messed her up. So Cardi was like, you're messed up because of that. And rightfully so. That's who you're mad at. That's where your trauma's coming from. Leave me and my kids out of it. But I'll see you when I see you, in all caps. Because Cardi said, and there's a video floating around the internet from 2016 where Cardi said, let's meet up. Give me the address. Let's meet up. Nicki never met up. And then, of course, the Met Gala happened. Cardi tried to come at Nicki. Nicki's bodyguards was like, no. So Cardi threw her shoe. We all seen the pictures. And Nicki looked very concerned. But Nicki was like, I don't want to fight. And Cardi continuously was like, let's fight. Let's just fight it out. This is what we do in the process of fight it out. And so on Twitter, X, Cardi was like, because Nicki was like, send me the address to pregnant Cardi. And Nicki was like, we're in New York right now. So Cardi's last message was like, pull up. Pregnant. She said, today will be the day that I go to jail. Pregnant Cardi. And she means it, though, Cardi, P, is the thing.
I know. She means and that's the thing.
That's
like,
the only
ma'am,
thing.
Please.
And she said, I'll see you when I see you in all caps. But she was like, no more responses from me. It's on site, basically. Nicki, though, is a bully. And so Nicki never means it. And Cardi always does. And that is where we always end up. Meanwhile, Nicki's still tweeting at Aaliyah.
And
Aaliyah
she
died in
says
like
she's been
2001.
diagnosed with schizophrenia and bipolar for 9 years, plus the cocaine, perks, and Xanax. That's what Cardi also said.
Oh, okay.
So she did come back and say, yep.
So Cardi said that Nicki has been diagnosed with schizophrenia and bipolar disorder?
Her last
and did she say
tweet,
not allegedly?
after the last tweet.
Okay.
Quiet as kept. Truth is, you've been diagnosed with schizophrenia and bipolar for almost 9 years. And you also heavy on drugs, cocaine, perks, and Xanax. You don't listen to nobody around you. The only person you listen to is Kenneth Petty, but you know that he has your MX. And so as long as you're sedated, he rides out with your money.
Sedated.
We can tell we've seen this behavior from her. Something is going on with her because she continues to post. It's like, girl. And apparently it was the son's birthday. That tweet did make me laugh when Cardi was like, girl, it's your son's birthday. You should be somewhere in Chuck E. Cheese.
But she can't go to Chuck E. Cheese.
Tweeting me. She can't
go to Chuck E. Cheese, but she got to leave the daddy at home. I'm just saying. But it was her son's birthday. And
go
she's
to
literally
the studio, girl.
Because JT was one of the people that Cardi shot at on her album. And she said she got music coming out tomorrow. So it's like, do that. Do that. Nicki, though, hasn't. We really haven't heard a Nicki full-on diss record. So we don't know.
Nothing has been good. Not even diss. Just her. What was that last? I don't even know. I still will give her to this day that monster verse that she did.
That's when I said this lady is
day.
Yes.
To this day.
I used to watch that video over and over again. Because her
hands down.
I actually was a Nicki. I used to argue with people about Nicki versus Lil' Kim. I was wrong. I want to say that on the record.
I was like, oh, wait a minute now.
First of all, no, I love Kim. And I always thought Kim was trippy and wanting some kind of extra adoration from Nicki being who she is, right? Because she's a legend. But now I see
what Nicki wants now. Yeah.
What
Kim wanted, what Nicki wants. Respect.
Yeah. But what's
for
crazy
the longest, it was just her.
But you hear people in the beginning, give her the respect. But then she be like, and that was when her and Meg parted ways, because it's like oh, so now I need you up under me then. Now I need you to sign to me. Now I need you to do XYZ.
Mhm.
It's like, hold up, I got my own trajectory. I'm over here. And then when Meg got
I'd
on
be
WAP,
like,
it was just
"Girl,
over. And now that's her
it's a wrap.
sworn
It's a
enemy.
wrap."
Like,
Once she got on WAP and B, it's done.
man,
It's like feeling myself didn't even matter.
Nicki was amazing. She would still
She
be
her own worst
amazing if
enemy.
she could stay in that zone, but something's going on. Something's going on.
A lot. Yeah.
Jeez.
They both need to chill out. From what I see now, nothing the last was
Yeah.
last night from both of them. So,
Okay.
God bless them.
Yeah,
God bless them both.
I wanted Cardi to stop it when she brought up Nicki's kid being nonverbal and stuff. I was like, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, Cardi,
Yeah.
don't do it, don't do it, Cardi, don't do it. I was like, because then I'm gonna have. I don't want to feel no waste. I don't want to feel no waste.
Yeah. I know.
Girl,
Mm-mm.
but the CD
We'll
is
see.
amazing. That album.
Yeah, it's a good ride.
I've been feeling like a
It's a good
bad bitch
ride. She
all
came back.
goddamn day.
She is entertaining. And I'll say she did an interview with Kelly Rowland. Did you see
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
And to
She's
me,
so
that is
likable.
a stark representation, though, of media train from the back in the day to just Cardi being Cardi. Kelly would be like, "Oh, well,
Yeah,
we couldn't be as verbal as you are, right? I love it,
yeah,
but
yeah.
and it's still to this day it carries with her, with Kelly, that she has to remember that media training. She couldn't really go at it, and when Cardi would just be saying stuff, oh, I can't believe she's saying this right now. it was so it was one of the best examples of like media training from back in the day. Cardi just being Cardi. She's hilarious though. She is
And
funny. And it's
honestly,
just her.
if she was all the way in on the media training, I don't even think she would be where she's at today.
Mm-mm.
I think
They,
Cardi's
they
winning piece
probably tried.
is her personality and the way she talk, and that whole court case and the like that is why people can't dislike her in the grand scheme of things. Yeah, she's so.
A hot
And so I
mess.
think if she had been like forced to rein that in, I don't even think 8 years later, I don't even think it
Mm-mm.
would be a thing for real.
They probably
Honestly.
tried
Yeah,
and they were like, you
Kelly.
know what? Scrap it. Like
Yeah, I just
don't even don't we just
oh,
let it go. We have to let her
yeah.
be who she
Let
is.
her be.
But we'll see.
And it worked, man.
We'll see how it goes. I do hope that she has a safe pregnancy. I want the baby to be safe. And
Yeah.
when she's ready to perform, she'll perform. God bless Nicki. She needs help as well. And what we got Diddy's sentencing on Friday.
Tomorrow.
That's another
Mm-hmm.
thing tomorrow.
They
That's about to pop off. So
he could
it's
get up
a
to
lot.
11 years, I think. But they want
That's what they're saying.
he want to go home. So,
Child.
oh,
We'll
look,
see.
the
We'll see.
the charges that they got him on, they not much or nothing. So
So we'll
they
see.
might let that man go
It's just a
home.
lot.
We'll see.
It's a lot
Yeah.
going on.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot. So how you feeling?
Look, my tickets to Cardi's in April, right around my birthday. I'll let y'all know if she show up.
Hey. Well, we'll know
I'll let
by
y'all know if it
February.
happens.
Let me see.
I'll let
When's
y'all
it
know.
supposed to start?
Sometime in
First
February.
show.
And that's the whole thing because Bad Bunny's doing the Super Bowl. And he got songs with Cardi that go. I was like, if
I
they let
like that
Cardi
they
get up
did
on that
that.
Super Bowl stage and go right off into her tour, it's a wrap.
But what's crazy is people were like, Bad Bunny? I thought it was a good slap in the face. It's like, yes, all of his songs are in Spanish.
Not one
Well
lick of
played.
English. And I just
I don't
found
know
out
one song.
he's like the second.
February
He's
11th.
only like behind Taylor though. he's like the number 2
Yeah.
artist in the world is the thing. And so Americans, of course, outside of us who don't care and who are pumped up, like I got to get up on I'm gonna get my salsa together.
Let me
I
go
like the young
learn.
man. Yeah, but he's like the second artist globally. So it's like, why wouldn't they have him? And then the Super Bowl goes across continents. They want to get more people. So of course, MAGA, first of all, MAGA said to deport him. And you guys, he's from Puerto Rico. He's an American citizen. If you don't recall that from high school.
Talking about they're gonna have ice at the Super Bowl. First of all, the people who go to the Super Bowl who can afford, they're gonna go, but the folks who can afford to go to the Super Bowl,
because Trump got an attitude.
That ain't the folks y'all trying to take.
Right. No, they just want to go make a scene. They might arrest like just vendors and stuff. It's gonna be. They are so
dumb.
The optics of everything they do.
Dumb.
I don't. Okay, never mind. Don't let me go into politics. Right, don't let me do it. I ain't gonna.
We're not doing that.
I like Bad Bunny up there.
I thought it was very, very strategic, and I did a clap.
Oh, Jay-Z ain't gonna have. I thought this might be the year that he puts a white person up there, but nope, not yet.
He's like,
he said,
not
no,
yet.
I'm still on this run of people of color.
Real quick. Let me piss them off just a little bit more.
Just a little
while
bit.
I can. The tour starts February 11th, so we'll know by February 11th if she's.
Oh yeah, that's immediately right after the Super Bowl too. All right, girl. Look, we'll keep y'all posted.
All we can do is watch.
We'll see if if I gotta get back on here and say I was wrong. Y'all stay tuned. If I'm gonna have to give a response, a follow up.
Lord have mercy.
Okay, P, how you feeling?
I feel like we all need peace. I wish everyone peace. That's what I feel. God bless you and good night.
That's what we need. That's it. Bottom line. P, where can the people find you if they want to talk to you some more about today's episode?
Find me on Instagram at better3701.
All right now. And I am on Instagram and Threads at Hey Shaunda Head. The podcast is also on Instagram at the Everything Has Changed podcast. So catch us over there. We're going to be back active, y'all. We back. Season 2.
Season 2. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Thank y'all. Bye.
Want to stay locked in with us so you never miss an episode? Visit everythinghaschangedpodcast.com and join our email list. That way you'll be the first to know about new episodes and all the fun stuff we have coming your way. Meet us over there.